Yep, that's good. And the whole kit, please.
So I'm Jonny Drop. I'm a drummer, producer, a designer, jack of all trades, I suppose. Play in a band called The Expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, played jazz funk drums, never had lessons, self-taught, just kind of play by ear, feel it out. You know, it's all about the pocket and the groove, not too technical, but just, you know, back to the 70s, back to Purdy, Bernard Purdy and Clyde Stubblefield, and trying to keep that vibe alive. Well, I got a nice message from Dan from KingUnderground. He was showing interest in the Expansions. Unfortunately, we're kind of tied to our family label, Albert's Favourites, which I also co-run with Dave Core and Adam Scrimshire. But then he suggested doing this library record, which is super exciting because it's something I've always wanted to do. So it's really great to just have a chance to come into Big Noise Studios and have a play, basically, and make the most of, you know, I play a few other instruments, so why not have a go at playing the bass and the guitar and get the Rhodes out, which is a pleasure, especially that bottom E, which is it's a little beaver. It's lovely. Yeah, so it's just a really good way to play some breaks and get some stuff out there for you hip hop heads to sample, basically.
Okay. My name's Simon Stingray Davis. I'm the owner here at Big Noise Studios in Rochford, in deepest, darkest Essex. I've been here for 25 years and slowly built it up to what it is today, really. Mainly analogue, as far as I can get anyway. I like to collect weird and wonderful toys and instruments and things like that.
So I'm used to coming to a studio with a band, and so you bounce off each other and you rehearse thoroughly so that you come in knowing what you're doing. With this, it's just me on my solo, so I thought I basically treated it a bit like a production project at home, where I just made 3 little songs, really simple, and then what we're going to do on the record is have the track, so drums, bass, guitar, Rhodes, and then we're going to have those 4 tracks all separately, one after the other on the record, so that you can cut and, if you had 2 of the record, for example, buy 2, you could cut and paste, kind of DIY DJ style, scratch bits in, you know, or just sample the sustained guitar or the sustained Rhodes, because then you can chop them up and you re-pitch them and use them as pads, you know, gives you a really nice texture. Well, the drum kit is a Sonor design maple shell kit with a Brady snare, which is my love. I love that snare drum. And an old Heyman snare, and a variety of Zildjian cymbals. The hats are from '79, so there's a few of the cymbals are kind of vintage, which helps the full sound of the kit. And then the bass and guitar, I mean, it's nothing fancy really. I've just used my good old trusty bass and guitar. I'm not gonna start dropping brand names because they're nothing special, but they do the job for me, and I mean that's all that matters, right? If it sounds good, it works. And I've laid down some percussion, used some shakers and some congas, and then the Rhodes is the big one. Is it Mark 1? Mark 1 Rhodes. Can't beat it, man.
The way we've recorded it today is completely analogue, from the mics through the desk straight to tape. There's very little EQ, it's just a little bit on a couple of instruments like the guitar, for example, and the Rhodes, just to bring it out. A tiny little bit of compression through the vintage Retro Instruments 176 for guitar and Rhodes, because it makes a particularly lovely sound because it's all valve. And apart from that, there's nothing on anything else. The drums are flat, the bass is completely flat through the mics. We've got a mic and a DI on the bass. All recorded to tape, yeah, all recorded to analog, well up in the red. Today we've been using a Fostex E16, which is the late 80s reel-to-reel machine, half-inch, 16-track.
We found that it was a bit crisper up the top and a bit brighter, and it made all the difference to the sound we were looking for. It's just really nice and bright on the cymbals and the hi-hat, and so it makes for a punchier drum sound, I think.
We'll have a quick listen.
Probably sensible, yeah.
The desk that we use here is a Raindirk custom desk. Every Raindirk desk was custom built to order. This one is now 25 years old, and it came from a private studio in Sussex, and it's a fantastic desk. They're very quiet, but you can push them as well to get a really lovely sound. Amazing EQ, which we haven't used a great deal of today, and it's just very flexible. An amazing piece of kit.